Yes, it is time. Do I have audio? Yes, I do. It is time. It is Thursday night. It is pro wrestling potluck time on planet Earth. Hello, I am your host, Scotland Green. Let me turn down this music made by Owen Straw, the great cool dude food. We got a big show, a gigantic show tonight. We'll be going back to Rad or Sad, but we got a new topic. We're going to do Rad or Sad Wrestling Kings. That will be later in the program. But yes, this is the live weekly wrestling mixtape where I get submissions and I build a weekly show, and I also go into my own bag of tricks. Sometimes more weeks than others, or whatever. Get in the chat if you're watching now. The chat is the best way to watch the show. It's a welcoming chat. It's a funny chat. It's a smart chat. There's only one rule in the potluck chat. Don't be a creep. It's okay if you're a creep at home, but don't bring your creepness into my chat. We have a good one tonight, folks. Somebody is asking about the Jim Ross, Missy Hyatt business. Missy Hyatt, I should go to the current events corner for this. Missy Hyatt talking about how she was with Jim Ross for a couple years after his wife passed. Jeepers creepers, she's the blessed angel, Missy Hyatt. Okay, enough about this. Do I have anything else? Oh my god, I do. I almost forgotten about my co-host, the largest frozen mug in the world. I have a choice to make, folks, and I need your help in the chat, and maybe at home watching on YouTube. Use your mental energy to go back in time. Some kind of 12 monkeys business. 12 monkey business. Here you go. All right. These are my choices for my poison of the week. We have a two-time loser, Pepsi Peach, going against something that's been in my fridge for a month, haunting me. Dr. Pepper Coconut, something I have no desire to drink, but I simply have to hurt my body on this show in some way. So, Pepsi or Dr. Pepper? Please, folks, vote. Vote. Pepsi Peach. We got one for Peach, two for Peach, one for Coconut. Why would you do this to me? Coconuts. Oh, God. I'm going to have to count these votes. I vote to hurt your body. Of course, I always hurt my body. It wouldn't be the pro wrestling potluck if I wasn't putting myself in some kind of pain. Even just the pain of sitting in this seat. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm counting it now. We got one peach, one coconut, two peach, two coconut, three coconut, three peach, four peach, five peach, six peach, seven peach. We're drinking peach. Thank you so much. Folks, this is going back into my fridge. I will find new drinks to go against this one. I don't want to drink this. I'll be honest. This is a shoot. I do not want this. But I know one day I will have to drink this. I cannot mix them. It's a rule. It's a rule. All right, let's get to it. My producer, little Sabrina, is yelling at me and doing this one. All right. So last week, let's get right into it. Last week we voted on a match. I said I had one guy who faced two opponents. Would you rather see this guy against Bam Bam Bigelow or against Flash Funk? Flash Funk lost. It was a landslide. Everybody wanted Bam Bam Bigelow. But I got cards, I got letters, I got notes. People are like, we wanted Flash. So guess what, folks? We're starting off with the loser of last week. Hey, goes with Peach Pepsi, right? Let's get to it, folks. Our first match of the evening. No, that's the wrong button. I'm starting the whole show over. Starting it all over.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it's going to be electrifying.
All right.
On Raw this Monday night.
All right. We're doing it. I didn't get them for free. I paid for them. That's the worst part. I'm just... As a child, I used to love going down the cereal aisle and seeing the new cereals. And then in my 20s, I used to go down the chip aisle and wow at all the new chips. And now I am an adult who does not drink alcohol anymore. So I go down the soda aisle and I have so much fun. Whoa. Whoa, the verdict is in. This Peach Pepsi was found guilty on 34 counts of being fucking delicious. Peach Pepsi is great. Wow. Oof. Go get yourself a Peach Pepsi. Yes. Look, once I get my life together, and I am slowly getting my life together. I'm going to set up a little P.O. box for people to send me soda. And, yes. And I used to be against Pepsi. People who know me know that. I was a cokehead. Now I have no soda affiliations. Except for Barks Root Beer. That's my root beer choice. It's Louisiana's root beer. It's the root beer with bite, and it has caffeine. Truth be told, I already had a couple Pepsis today. That's why I'm like fired out of a cannon on this episode already. 8 minutes in. Thank you, Bam Dog. Red cream soda, yeah, Clit knows. Clit in the house. My oldest and dearest friend. Beat a root beer. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. ATL Blood Feast. My Buzz Plug in the house. I love Owen Hart, but I'm not a fan of this look. It's got a cop haircut. Yeah. Tugboat Facts in the house. Ooh. It's a little late for me in my evening to be drinking energy drinks, but I was thinking about that. I have some other things. Here's the thing. I see all kinds of drinks out there, but I only want the caffeine. That's what I want. You can also send me drugs. Not that Tom Green in the house, folks. I hope you check him out on Tuesday nights. WCW Deep Cuts. Full shows. Tom's got the knowledge. Nice arm drag. I've been ignoring this match and talking about soda pop. I'm so sorry, everybody. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Nice. People shit on this gimmick, but like, if Vince wasn't a dummy, like, this could be a great gimmick. When I win the lottery, I will bring back this gimmick and prove that the Flash Funk gimmick could rule. He looks like he's in a P-Funk ripoff group. That's amazing. Ooh. Chris, people do crack because it feels great. That's why. Maybe they do it once ironically and then they like it. I have never smoked crack. Not even ironically. Not even as a bit. He's staying in the driver's seat. That drop toe hold put Flash right down on his face. Now he looks like he's been chasing parked cars. And Owen Hart, I don't know whether that's a modified headlock or he's going for a chin lock, but look, Flash came out with the foot. All right, yeah, I gotta write that down. On the knee of Owen Hart, the Slammy Award-winning Intercontinental Champion. That's a long one. People do crack because it feels great, but man, that would bring in the good YouTube weirdos, wouldn't it? 2.
Almost got him. If he succeeded in making Steve Austin have to live up to his promise, if he had Steve Austin kiss his
Dude, look at this. Scorpio rules.
make him look to the rest of the Hart Foundation. And submission situation here. Surfboard,
Look at this.
attempted surfboard applied by Flash Buck on Owen Hart. And Owen trying to get back to his knees, does, and back up to a vertical base.
I'm going to put this crown back on later.
Climbing Owen's frame there. He had the surfboard and went all the way up his back. And Flash Buck now taking it to Owen Hart. If Owen thought
I got more on Muscle Man later in the show. I got some updates.
looks like it's a pretty good
Yeah, he can work. He can do it all.
Owen Hart. Owen gets his knees up, and that's what Flash Buck finds. And now, say that 3 times fast. Buck now in trouble. Let's see if he can counter from Owen Hart's offensive attack here. Hart goes back downstairs, buries the knee to the midsection. And Owen Hart, I thought he was going to go for the sharpshooter, but instead it's a well-placed kick right to the abdomen. He's got to soften Flash Funk up just a little bit more before he goes for that sharpshooter, but it looks like that's precisely what he's trying to do. Backbreaker by Owen Hart.
Nice.
The Intercontinental Champion is in control. The offensive focus now is the lower back, the kidney area.
So later on in the show, I will be taking your calls as we rank the Wrestling Kings from all times and all companies, not King of the Ring winners, although there will be some.
Owen Hart turning the burner up. WWF New York. Folks don't go away. We'll be
God
right
bless Missy Hyatt. You can tell she kept Jim Ross alive. She's an angel.
And Hart with a clothesline. Welcome back, everybody, to WWF New York. Jim Ross, Jim Cornette here at ringside. Hart with a lateral press. And got 3. No, he got 2.5.
2.
Jim, I'm so jacked waiting for SummerSlam. Besides the kissing situation, you got Bret Hart. If he doesn't beat The Undertaker, win the title, he's never going to wrestle in the U.S. again. We heard Brian Pillman.
This match is going longer than I thought, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
That'll be a first, in public at least. Owen Hart.
Hell yeah, Cindy says I bop. My sister in the house.
Another near fall. Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you to get a pencil and paper handy for some very important information for all of our fans in the New York City area. And Owen Hart.
Owen Hart, cop haircut and all.
I guarantee you, Owen's stipulations will never be the same after he crashed into those turnbuckles. And Flash Funk has a chance now to take this thing home. Funk now, martial arts kick on Owen Hart. It's Funk with a cover. It's Funk with a, not a victory, but a 2.
Flash Funk is going 50-50 with two-time Slammy Award winner Owen Hart. In 1997, I believe this is. 2.
Nice move by Owen Hart. Great wrestling move. You know, Bret Hart said that Owen was the most technically sound athlete in the entire WWF.
Nice, slow German. Up on the toes. 2 count.
I believe he didn't get him with that. Beautiful bridge.
This is 1997, July 12th.
He ducked the enziguri.
Oof. There you go.
Heel kick finds it.
Oh, so he's the IC champ at this time?
No, it's not.
Wow.
Wow, I'm going to tell you. He ducked that enziguri.
King of Hearts. One of the great kings in my mind. Maybe he'll come up tonight when someone calls and suggests him for Rad to said Kings. Now, we have limited spots, so, you know, hearts will be broken. Nice slow motion moonsault. 2.
I can't believe Owen Hart picked up
Man, it's awesome.
that moonsault. What else has he got to hit him with? Goes for the drop kick. Wait, Owen hooked the beat. Owen Hart.
Sip a peach Pepsi.
This huge Canadian crowd. He tapped out. Flash tapped out.
This peach Pepsi is such a treat.
This very part
Owen Hart
Foundation
wins.
here in Canada certainly happy that Owen Hart was able to secure a very hard-fought
He's got a P-Funk gimmick, man.
capable Flash Funk. It was all over when Owen backed up away from
Real Comptroller Atkins in the house.
defeated him, turning him, and made Flash tap out for the victory. Folks, we've got
IC champ.
New York coming at you.
Two-time Slammy winner. No, thank you.
Lord Alfred Hayes and,
All right. Now, this was sent in by Dr. Liam. He's a Crimson Mask replica over on Instagram, my favorite account. Now, some of this stuff, this isn't a full gimmick episode. You know, we are doing the King thing, and we'll be looking into King stuff. But you know, here is some King things.
Lord, I understand you have an announcement you'd like to make to the wrestling fans.
Yes, let me preface this by saying that sometimes in various sports, somebody comes along who shines. A star, you might say, an example to all others, somebody who stands head and shoulders above everybody else in his particular profession. A person who has a regal, a noble bearing that places them, you could say, upon a throne. In the world of professional wrestling, we have such a man of noble and regal bearing, a royal personage. In fact, I would say he is a king. King James the First of wrestling. King James Valiant.
King James Valiant.
This man is indeed a royal personage who is able to beat easily anybody who comes before his throne.
This is great.
Your Lordship, thank you for this fine compliment and everything you have said. And I know the only reason you did say all this is because it's the gospel. Long live the king.
Oh, James, you will live
Wow.
a long reign, because I don't see anybody capable of even approaching you. And as is the case in such circumstances, I always involve myself with somebody who is destined
This
for greatness.
rules. No wonder he has a
You
manager,
see what
right?
I mean, don't you? Look at this fellow.
Look at this
Such a
fellow.
royal person. Long may King James the First reign.
All right, here we go. This day in wrestling history, May 30th, 2002. We got Curry Man. I didn't get that was Jimmy Valiant. That's how dumb I am. I'm not the smartest person. That's why the chat is so great. Without the chat, I wouldn't know anything. Curry Man in the house. New Japan Pro Wrestling 2002. I did do a test upload of this to YouTube. It worked. So I put it on the show. Curry Man has not been on AEW. The chat really could. All that it would take is Tom and or Dr. Liam telling me that that's Jimmy Valiant under the Curry Man mask, and I would be like, all right. All right, here we go. Jushin Liger versus Curry Man from May 30th, 2002. 22 years ago. Wow. Young boy Yano. Very tiny, gentle hands is going in the possible title. If you want to get creeps, I do want to get... it's like I want creeps, but I don't want creeps. You know what I mean? I want creeps to watch my YouTube, not infect my chat. As it's established in Potluck lore that I will do anything for YouTube views. But the Twitch, I hold strong. Shoulder block by Jushin. Willie Zoot! Thanks for the cheers.
このリーグ戦の私影の主役じゃないかなと。そうですね。殺伐とした雰囲気もあったし、まあチーム2000ジュニアのいろいろ補足な攻撃もあったし、その中で明るさを一手に引き受けたのがこのカレーマンですよね。そうでしたよね。そしてまあもちろんこのカレーマンをその目で見て、ぜひということでブッキングしたのがこのライガーであって、カレーマンにしてみればこのジュニアの象徴であるね、ライガーとやるというのがこの一つの新日本に上がったステータスであり、
Yes. Yes, that is exactly right.
ですからこの試合はまた星取り抜きにして面白い試合になると思うんですよね。
Curryman dropping the knees.
あると思いますよ。
For 1 second, I thought the referee was wearing Adidas like sandals, those slides. And I was like, this is the most casual referee ever, which would be a great gimmick. Yeah, it's weird. There's like, you know, he's had variants in color, but he usually has the same like outfit. So he really is like a timeless character. It's so great. We don't know how old, you know, like he really looks at any time. Casual referee, he's wearing track pants. Hey, look, I wear track pants every time I'm booked. Book me, and I will wear track pants. But I will also wear a matching track jacket. Sneakerhead ref. Curryman's head is stuck. Oh, he gets out. Pardon me. Now he's got a headlock on Jushin Thunder Liger, referee there to check it out. Pepsi Peach. Grab yourself a Pepsi Peach. It puts Pepsi Lime to shame. Pepsi Lime is a miss. It's not bad, it's just who cares. Pepsi Peach, they better keep that one around. The chat is booking this sneakerhead ref. Now, this is it. I gotta win the lottery, and the chat can help book. No, it's Pepsi with some lime chemicals in it. Curryman getting ground down by Jushin Liger. Some chemicals taste like lime, some chemicals taste like peach. Shoulder block on Curryman. Drop down. Leapfrog. Nice drop kick by Curryman. Goes over. Ooh, Curryman to the floor. Here comes Liger. Oh, fake out. Over the top. Cross body onto Curryman, the mysterious Curryman. Who is underneath that Curryman mask? It could be Jimmy Valiant. For all we know. Oh yeah, get a Diet Dr. Pepper. This is from a little promotion called New Japan Pro Wrestling.
しくプロレスの楽しさを追求してくれますこの2人の戦士。ライガーがトップロープに上がり
Liger
ます。
to the top.
しかし
Curryman puts a stop to it.
カレーマン
George Steele, the animal. I forgot who blocked who, but we were not Facebook friends. We got into an argument.
移動とされましたが3度目だ。3度目の正直。
Can you believe that George the Animal Steele didn't have good politics?
なだれ式トップロープから
Curryman!
ブレンバスター。
Superplex. Liger down, holding the back of his
カレ
head.
ーマンの意地を感じますね。
そうですね、この日、やっぱり。
Hell yeah, you have a giant Andre the Giant mug as well? Jim Parsons Bazinga?
まあこの
Yes.
必殺技にスパイシードロップですか。
はい、スパイシー。
Potluck's winning the ratings war. All those ratings freaks that always discuss the failing pro wrestling potluck.
まあそれだけあれを
George Steele is not alive. This was long ago that we were enemies.
思惑あるんでしょうね。
そうですね、やっぱりビデオなんかで見ても、受け身どうするんだろうって考えると思うんですよね。
Wow. Yet another thing that Bret Hart and I agree on.
ライングメイヤーに取ります。
Hell yeah. We are Mug Brothers. Mug Brothers! Putting that in.
これまでのペースはやっぱりカレーマンのペースですか。
そうですね、目いっぱい自分の力を出して自分のペースに持っていこうとしてますよね。
さあここはどうでしょうか。カウントは2です。カウント2カウント。
Yeah, we still got heat. When I pass away 600 years from now and I go down to hell, I will run into George the Animal Steele. We'll bring it right back.
動く選手なので、
はい。
攻め疲れの時もありますよね。
ああなるほど。
Clothesline by Curryman. Liger down. Look at that! Arabian moonsault or Arabian press. My mistake. Crossface. The Curryman crossface. I can't drink the coconut tonight. Then I'll have nothing to drink next week.
そうですね。この状態では、フェイスロックですよね。まあカレーマンとは逆にライガーは、最小限の動きで試合を組み立てて、そしてきちんと見せますよね。
そうですね。
無駄な動きをなるべくしないという。
Liger gets to the ropes. Curryman breaks before the ref gets to the dreaded five.
ある種名人の域に達したような気もするんですけどね。あんまりそういうこと言うとライガーが怒りますけどね。何言ってんだよって言われますけどね。
そうですか。
何も出ないよって言うでしょうね。褒めても。
そうですかそうですか。そのライガーがちょっと劣勢です。
In about 30 minutes, maybe later, we'll be opening up the phone lines and zooming in and talking rad to sad kings, folks. Get your kings in mind. Calls get the most weight, and that's that. Later on. I'm very surprised we haven't seen Curryman on AEW. Maybe he's been on a Being the Elite. Oh, Curryman hung up. There will be no Curry babies. Jushin from the top, frog splash. Referee jumps into position 2. Yeah, I would have. If I would have had the Bucks fire Christopher Daniels, then Curryman is the new general manager or whatever of Collision. Curryman's Collision. Spicy Saturday nights. Yeah, is there a curry lady? And Tom with the simplest with the simplest answer that I forgot about Curryman's voice. Hank Azaria would blush at that.
そういったそのストレッチをだったら有効ですかね、そうしますと。
ライガーは苦手だと思いますよ。クレーマンはなんか一つずつ技なんかオリジナル性があっていいですよね。
いいですよね。
あれと思うような動きしますよ。
はい。やはり器用な選手なんですかね。
器用ですよね。まあ、強いて言えばやっぱりパワーというかね、力強さがもう少しあれば。
ああ、確かにね。
Ooh, Blue Thunder.
さあ、抑えます。
Two hands. Not much of a pin, if you ask me. And Jushin agrees because he kicks out at 2.
ボムのように落としていきますよね。
回転してボムですよね。
そうですね。喉輪落とし。
Is that a Uranagi? Liger down. Curryman. Best moonsault ever, but lands on his feet. Oh, neck breaker. Jushin hits the shoulder of Curryman on the way down. Best moonsault ever. Lands it. 2. Wow, I thought Curryman was about to beat Jushin Thunder Liger.
するかもしれませんね。
そうですね。
さあ、ペースはカレーマンのペース。
Says that's it.
ここでデリカスパイシードロップ。さあ、バックを取る。バックを取ります。取り合いだ。正面をついたが。
Ooh, palm strike. 1! Curryman fired up! Misses. Shakes off Liger. Ooh, another palm strike. That ain't getting a 1 count.
なかなか得意技出せません。さあ、ナダルス。いや、ブレンバスター。これはどうだ？垂直落下。
Ooh, brainbuster right on the noggin of Curryman. 3. Jushin Liger has defeated Curryman.
決めたライガーですが、しかしカレーマン本当にいいところ見せ
What's
ましたよね。
next?
精一杯の力で、頑張りましたよね。
そうですね。
やっぱり相手がライガーですからね。自分のすべてをやっぱりぶつけたいと思ったんでしょうね。
そうですね。しかしこれカレーマンという選手はですね、一戦一戦これ
Alright, what's next?
どんどん味を出していくタイプかなと。
Channel Extreme. Whoa. These people, God bless the people that put old wrestling up on YouTube. I wouldn't have a show without them. But do they have to do stuff like this? Channel Extreme? Leave your watermark off of it. Anyway, like I should talk, I put stuff up that I'm yelling over. Anyway, this was sent in by Dr. Liam. You can send stuff in. Hit me up on Instagram, DM me, or email prowrestlingpotluck@gmail.com. I save everything. Sometimes I hold on to it for a week, sometimes a year. But I see all, and I save all. So here we go. Back to the King Flight of Fancy.
TCB taking care of business. Graveyard digging the coffin, buying a long time, weeping in the family crying. Because all the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, cut all that garbage out. And what the Sam hell you mean?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, if you'll shut up long enough before I can tell you, let me tell you something. Every time it come down the pike, every time something took place, title shots, championship matches, it's always Lawlor and Dundee.
The Dream Machine. Thank you, Dr. Liam.
The greatest chance of all to be on top right off the bat against Jerry Lawler. And you know one other
Jimmy
thing?
Hart out there.
This right here, bring it all down to a screeching halt, if you know what I'm talking about, baby. Because 10,000 people watching said, don't take your mask off, Dream. The only thing that I held with value, my mask. Say, don't take
This
it
is
off,
1981.
Don't take it off. And then who, out of all people now, so you tell the Dream Machine who comes out and holds up a towel and says, oh, it's all right, Dream. Go ahead and take it off. Jerry Lawler, shame me one more time. But you know something? All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again. Because I am that man that walked that barbed wire fence.
Hell yeah.
32,000 miles barefooted. He still stone case, sat lighting with bread, picked up the blue gas. Big man, we are here to stay, brother, not to play. You know what I'm saying, but it's going to be that graveyard.
Justin Luger.
That'd
be a great gimmick. Justin Luger.
We're family. All my brothers and sisters
telling you, Dream. He'll get you. He'll get you before it's over with. Okay, get out of here.
Path to Indy.
All right. I got a few update type things to talk about. Show news. Last week we watched clips of Brett and Owen Hart on the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show. Now, I uploaded all those segments before the show. I knew one of them would get me flagged, but they all got me flagged. And so I filed a legal appeal. This is a legal appeal that Disney has 1 week to answer, and that expires, I believe, in 48 hours or so, maybe less. But watch last week's episode if you haven't. It might get cut up like Swiss cheese, or I might win, because I've won before. I beat Sony. I am a winner, because as I've said before, I am the king of this shit. Anyway, so that's one update. And another update, I'll go here. We watched a, thanks for subscribing, Dave in Syracuse. Last week we played Guess the Cameo Price. It was great, it was fun, and we started it off with a cameo from our friend Muscleman8562. And Muscleman revealed so much that we didn't know. First of all, he grew up with the Pillman family. Brian Pillman, his favorite wrestler, because of that. So that was an interesting factoid about Muscleman8562, someone who charges $1 on Cameo and eats toilet paper on YouTube. My life coach. So he also said that he wrestled at some point in his life. And that blew our minds. I don't know about you. I'm speaking for you, because it blew my mind. It blew the chat's mind last week. And I assume it blew your mind now if you didn't know it. So, I went to work. And I looked. And then I had to just ask the man himself. I messaged him. His mother was a bodybuilder as well. Hey, where are these images? Hold on. So I just straight up asked him. And, it's not there. Anyway, he said it's from a company called... a small promotion in Middletown, Ohio, about 10 years ago, called Tough Pro Wrestling. Tuff Pro Wrestling. They have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't think that they have any of the footage on YouTube. So I'm going to message them, and I'm going to find a Muscleman8562 match for us to watch, and that will be that. But Muscleman has lost his YouTube account, because in addition to trying to eat toilet paper every day and eating dry ice, he also was uploading full-length movies, and YouTube hates that. So he, for copyright infringement of the highest degree, he was found guilty, and he's off of YouTube. So we'll figure that out. So that's that. Oh! I discussed a bounty. I discussed a bounty, that I would put up a bounty. And this is the thing. I learned stuff as I'm putting this show together, and I go, oh, I gotta find that. And I'll go crazy trying to find a specific match that I see on Cage Match, or a clip of some wrestler on a game show that was only around for a month. You know what I mean? I go nuts, and I don't do my own things because I'm finding this. So I am putting up a bounty for a show that I cannot find. And I want you watching at home to help me. If you can find it, if you know a way to find old television shows. I stumbled upon an episode of a show called Beat the Geeks. If everyone remembers, Comedy Central did a show called Beat the Geeks. There was contestants, and they would go against these nutty people who knew too much about specific things. And they had the TV geek, and they had the movie geek, and the music geek, and all those guys. One episode, and they had a guest geek. Every episode had some guest. One episode of that show, Beat the Geeks, has a wrestling geek. And that is something I want to watch on this show. The wrestling geek episode. Not even just the clips of him. I went nuts trying to find it. And I have given up. And so I'm asking you at home and you in the chat, use your skills if you have them to find that episode of Beat the Geeks with the wrestling geek. If you can find it, send it to me and I will reward you mightily. All right, now that has been done. Muscle Man update, Disney appeal, Beat the Geeks, bounty. And that brings me to my next thing. Gangrel, the great Gangrel, appeared on AEW pay-per-view this past weekend. And it was great. I love Gangrel. It was good to see him. We saw him on the cameo. He was giving advice to someone about spitting blood for their wife. Watch that episode if you haven't seen it. Anyway, I went down a thing. I looked at Gangrel, David Heath's IMDb, and I saw that he was on an episode of Cougar Town. Now, I was trying to find a bootleg of this episode of Cougar Town because I can't just go follow it. I can't just put it on Hulu and then watch it. I'm definitely going to get flagged if I'm ripping off a streaming service. You see, I have to rip off a existing ripoff, you see? So I couldn't find it, but then I did with a twist. So here is a clip of David Heath, Gangrel, on Cougar Town. Take it away, me. All right, here we go. And I'll explain what's wrong with... You'll know what's wrong with this as soon as I press play, but this is as good as I got.
Бобби, ты пришел, церемония начинается. Я ездил в Тампу и назад. Я был в 3 спортзалах, 4 барах, 2 супермаркетах и на аллигаторной ферме, но я нашел его. Капитан Карнаж.
This is Cougar Town.
Спасибо, что пригласили меня. Я реально уважаю образование. Знание — сила. У нас проблемка. Когда ты не появился, я продолжил запасным планом. Каким? Большой папочка Пэй. Карнаж.
There he is.
Они с капитаном заклятые враги, чувак. Они же актеры, все понарошку. Какую часть лузера покидает город, ты недопонял. БПП. Знаешь что, Карнаж? Я надеру тебе твою задницу. Сначала я надеру твою.
Large Marge sent you looking ass.
Они используют церемонию Трэвиса. Нужно их остановить. Пап, что происходит?
Gangrel playing a washed-up wrestler rules. Yeah, I found it in Russian as well, but it was full episodes. I wanted it in English, and I wanted it at regular speed.
Кто следующий? ППП.
Это большой папочка Пейн? Он однажды оставил автограф на моей
Courtney Cox finally makes an appearance on the Potluck.
Обычно мама возвращалась домой с победителем. Вы обе просто белые отбросы.
Да я не о том. Я имею в виду, кто-то подготовил Освальда. Ты это устроил? Я хотел устроить тебе потрясающий подарок на выпускной. Мне так жаль. Что жаль? Это потрясающе. Серьезно? Да. Ты привел моего любимого рестлера. Я увидел, как
I wish I knew, but also I kind of don't need to know.
Это самый потрясающий подарок. Что? Мне надо возвращаться, сынок. С выпускной.
There's got to be more Gangrel. There you go.
major
All right.
announcement tonight. It's the master plan he's going to reveal tonight, JR.
Here he is. Back-to-back Gangrel appearances. His younger days. Yeah, this is one of the best themes ever.
Boy, this is one weird son of a gun right here, this Gangrel.
Now, don't mind the person's gigantic watermark at the foot of the screen. This was the best I got. I found someone who put this matchup in absolute shit quality, but this is in great quality. It just has this idiot's large watermark. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's not yours anyway. Shane McMahon, one of the worst commentators in the history of microphones, on the call. All right, now who's facing Gangrel?
Behind why these two men have such animosity. Well, that is not your daddy's favorite wrestler right there. That's a straight.
It's not your daddy's favorite wrestler.
This is the 90s, JR. Did you see that movie Blade with Wesley Snipes?
Dick Togo waiting in the ring.
Reminds me of one of those guys. Well, I'll tell you what, Shane, last night on Raw, I was shocked. What extraordinary remarks made by your daddy, calling The Undertaker and Kane for politically correct wussies.
Nice kick by Dick Togo. Potluck favorite, slamming down Gangrel. Second rope moonsault.
But I thought that was your dad's major announcement.
Somebody's got to call the match. I think it's going to be me.
Unfolded last night. Well, as did I. I thought it was the master plan also.
Togo ducks. Nice.
Running back in the car with Vinnie Mac last night. He just kept
Power slam caught. Nice elbow from Gangrel with the puppy shirt.
I go, last night wasn't the master plan? He goes, no, tonight is it. Tonight I'm going to unleash the master plan on the world today.
Oh, Shane is so awful.
It's going to be a doozy. And we're going to hear it right here tonight, apparently. Look out here. Double suplex. And Togo drilled right on his head.
I found that as well. There is someone on Beat the Geeks who is a Playboy geek.
We don't know the history, the story behind Gangrel and Edge.
If you look up Playboy Geek, what prison is he in now?
Maybe we don't want to know. Riding in the car this morning.
Big shot on Dick Togo, still standing. Chop. Togo's in the ropes.
He's been giggling and laughing so hard to himself. He went into a room all by himself.
Andrew Heelan in the house. You missed some good jokes. You missed some banger matches at the beginning as well. I have not opened up the phone lines yet.
At SummerSlam to help defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, it wasn't so much unhappy, JR. Vince and myself and everyone else was just shocked. I mean, how stupid could The Undertaker be? Vince McMahon basically gave him the title. All he had to do was 1, 2, 3, have Kane come down.
There you go, Impaler DDT. Right over the disgusting watermark. 3! And Gangrel has defeated Potluck favorite Dick Togo.
It was inevitable that The Undertaker would have taken the World Wrestling Federation Championship off of Stone Cold. Watch Togo's head. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Love that move. So the major announcement from Mr. McMahon is forthcoming. Austin has been summoned here by the owner of this company. He's been ordered here. Ordered. Well, folks, everybody knows the rivalry between Jacqueline and Sable hit the breaking
That's my cue. All right.
Duggan. He faces the Macho King, Randy Savage, in a return encounter.
Yeah, I have Hacksaw Jim Duggan's brain right here. I got him right here, yeah. And, yeah, with this brain, 1 and 1 is 3. Yeah, with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Without this brain, 1 and 1 is 1,003.
I'm telling you, it's hard. I knew that there was a torrent with a bunch of episodes, but I'm not a torrenter.
He's the guy that thinks 2 referees or 2,000 referees might help him against the Macho King. And I
rematch. Queen Sherry, was Hacksaw Jim Duggan born with a silver spoon in his mouth?
Oh, no, Jim Duggan. You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but you...
The Wrestling Geek is one of the geeks in an episode. I was trying to find out which episode. It's in Season 2, I know that much, I think.
I'll do it again! And again! Macho King!
Macho King Randy Savage and his
Great.
sensational Queen Sherry continue their reign of terror here in the WWF. Tonight, when the Macho King meets Hacksaw Jim Duggan for the crown, there will be 2 referees. Don't miss it.
He just couldn't help himself. He's got to keep control, get down, make that ref turn around. Steamboat hit Vader, what, 6, 7, 8 times with a chair. No call for that. And Vader gets back to show what kind of man he is. Most people could not even get back to their feet after being attacked like that with a chair.
All right, here is our main event of the first hour of Potluck. Jarochita, the first competitor in this match. This is from December 2023. And Jarochita's opponent, a double champ. Stephanie Vaquer, someone I am ignorant about. That's why I do this show, and that's why I put this match on here. Stephanie showed up on AEW last night. That's the one weekly show I watch, and I said I want to know more. She's the New Japan Strong Women's Champ, I believe. And she is also the CMLL Women's Champion. Yeah, I know of her. I like her look. I figured now is the time. So I looked up, I went to Cage Match. And I looked up some matches. And, you know, found one for us to enjoy. I like that dude with the ref. Look at him. Can someone please tell me how to pronounce her name? Vaquer. Vaquer? I almost put her match with Azumi on this show. The world's most interesting pro wrestling authority figure. Vaquer. Vaquer. Write it down. They get a lot of introductions. Championship matches, they get the walk down, and then they get the in the ring championship introduction with the old man out there. Vaquer. Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer. I know. You should have seen me talking over the opening match. It was all Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi. Mexico versus Chile. All right, both competitors back to their feet. That is a thick referee, folks. He is thick. Jarochita as the arm of Stephanie. Vaquer. Vaquer.
Y tienen que concentrarse ambas. Una para defender, la otra para destronar.
Yeah. You just try a ref bump on him. You said it, real comptroller Atkins. Hired goon ref. Well, that's going in the list, and it's a short title.
Observen ustedes, aquí está cantado la cabeza aplicado por Stephanie Vaquer frente a la Jarochita. Vamos a ver, aquí tiene que sacar la casta.
That ref looks like Jeff Cobb.
Por parte de Stephanie Vaquer.
He's the beefery.
Oh,
damn. The cat knocked over my drink.
Ahí a la chilena.
I saved it, though. I saved it. I saved it. Why? Said it before. I'm the king of this shit.
Allá por 1992 con la primera campeona, señoras y señores. Y bueno, pues esta mujer.
Yeah, hired goon ref versus casual ref. Nice pin from Stephanie Vaquer.
Recién no tiene mucho. Aquella noche de campeones frente a la Catalina.
Jarochita.
29 de septiembre del 23. Así es. Y bueno, pues vamos
Oh, I'm sure we've seen him before.
En esta ocasión, vea usted nada más. Ahí está la entrada que se ha registrado. El lleno en este escenario. La Monumental Arena México. Aquí viene pasando por la espalda perfectamente.
Nice arm drag. Vaquer almost out of the ring on that. Now she's out of the ring. Jarochita.
Jarochita va a volar. Jarochita de sangre caliente. Ya la estaba esperando. Stephanie Vaquer tardó años. Por eso permitió que la Vaquer reaccionara a las ligeras voladas sobre la Jarochita. Una confrontación en turnos estelares. Es un lugar que
I want to say that you almost got me, but you did almost get me because I was like, oh, Tom's joking. But what if? What if there is a Mexican mantar? Wow. Elevation on that. Stephanie Vaquer. Meanwhile, Chris is being a creep, talking about people's feet. You got to chill out, my friend. Mexican Mantar is Black Taurus Sr. What is Taurus's new gimmick? Whatever it is, I love it, but I keep forgetting it's the weirdest name. Mexican Mantar was great at Tortilla. The Beast Mortos. I'm never going to remember that. I'm never, you know. I love it, but it's so weird. Driving Jarochita's head into the mat. Stephanie Vaquer. I like his new mask. I do. I like that guy a lot. I just think that name's a little funky. But I would rate it higher than Penta L0M. Yeah, I would rather drink the Beast Mortos than this coconut Dr. Pepper that's been in my fridge for a month. It's fine. Yeah, just be Penta. Jarochita in the corner.
La mujer de sangre caliente, el público se le entrega, mostrando también su predilección y mostrando también el nacionalismo en esta Arena México.
Dragon screw tied up in the ropes on that one. Sip of peach Pepsi.
La Jarochita toca de espaldas. Solamente dos palmadas por parte del internacional Edgar El Güero Noriega. El público expectante.
Hay un nerviosismo muy especial por parte de los aficionados. Expectación, por supuesto. Llevan a la Jarochita ahí al esquinero. Viene con todo la Vaquer. El golpe de antebrazo sigue siendo ama y señora en esta confrontación. A una sola caída.
Ooh. Big right from Jarochita. Backbreaker. Vaquer's up. Ooh, another one. That on the point of the knee. Drop kick. Stephanie Vaquer on the outside, but on her feet, looking for a place to lean. Into the CMLL barricades that I love. Titans del Ring from the one we watch is from Chile. But there's also there's one from Chile and one from Argentina, I believe. Or is it from Peru? Maybe the one, I don't know. There's two different ones. One is Titans del Ring, and one of them is Titans in El Ring, or something like that. I play the one that has a live band. That's the one I lean on. There's all kinds of other ones. I'm sitting on a ton of clips and matches, but if they don't have the live band, I hesitate to play it. Ooh! I'm talking over this great match and not giving it the proper thing. I will be opening up the Zoom after this. I'm going to put up the an intermission screen and get the Zoom ready. Vaquer hits the ropes. Ooh, face first. Now this, you know, we're checking out Stephanie Vaquer, but don't forget about Jarochita, who I also know next to nothing about. There you go, Dr. Liam, Crimson Mask replica, setting us straight. And that's why he's the best Instagram account out there related to pro wrestling.
Pero Vaquer la conoce perfectamente. Un castigo ilegal ya está penalizando ahí el conteo por parte de Edgar el Güero.
Submission in the ropes. Referee, the swole ref, the thick ref.
Jarochita busca recuperarse. Viene la Vaquer ahí en el pasillo de la
Whoa, Jarochita catches Stephanie Vaquer. Got her on the shoulders. Oh, TKO.
Haciendo que el público reaccione de esta manera.
The tourists with their giant drinks. I want to go there so badly. Dummy thick rap.
Ingresa a la superficie de 36 metros cuadrados. El referee le advierte algo. Ella hace caso omiso.
I appreciate everybody looking for my bounty. I put a bounty on the Beat the Geeks episode that has the Wrestling Geek. You're in my good graces. You're fine. I don't have a Patreon. If you want to subscribe to this, that helps me out, but, you know. I'm telling you, I went nuts. I was deep looking for this episode. I was ignoring, and this is from 2 weeks ago that I was really looking for it. I was ignoring putting together the meat of an episode because I was looking for the Wrestling Geek episode of Beat the Geeks. It was too much. I was getting too deep. Man. Reversal by Vaquer. Jarochita's got Steph on the top. Look at this. Over another submission in the ropes. I'm sorry I infected everyone with my Beat the Geeks bounty. I really meant to talk about it last week too, but last week was such a long episode. Great episode. Watch it on YouTube if you missed it. Yeah, I was searching on referee there. 2 count. I would say start with, I don't want to tell you how to search, but find out what episode it is that has the Wrestling Geek. I believe it's on season 2.
de agarrar a su rival. La chilena ahí está de espaldas sobre la Jarochita. Vean cómo se trenzan de espaldas y todo. Aquí logra la Gori. Después el azotón inminente. Vamos a ver.
Dropped the double champ, Stephanie Vaquer. 2 count only, says thick ref. These tourists are loving it.
Por entrega, por castigos, por fiereza, por efectividad no han parado. Campeonato del Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre está en juego. 1992 inicia la historia, así la están bajando. Ya la tiene ahí.
Snatches up like Jarochita.
Solamente 2 segundos. Viviendo momentos cardíacos y bueno, prácticamente Miguel Linares y Eduardo Magallanes.
There are 130 episodes of Beat the Geeks. I know. Ooh, nice. Little stomp on Vaquer. 2, dos.
La lucha tensa, la lucha de poder a poder entre esta retadora que es la Jarochita y la campeona, azotándola ahí en el esquinero a Stephanie Vaquer. La deja ahí precisamente en el esquinero y va a castigar.
Ooh, kick to the face.
La patada al rostro de Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, the Torrent has episodes named after the guest geek. Star Wars Geek, Simpsons Geek. I watched the Simpsons Geek. He sucks. That Simpsons Geek needs a swirly. A reverse swirly. He's not like a nerd. He doesn't know enough. If all of us could lap that Simpsons Geek.
Esta es la verdad de la lucha libre.
Yes, season 2. Whoever finds this episode will be rewarded mightily. I cannot find it. Rudy Higa. We need Rudy Higa, the wrestling geek, on this show.
El público, que es el monstruo de las 1000 cabezas. Pero ahí está Stephanie Vaquer, la chilena. Toma vuelo.
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer. Her favorite wrestler is the a guy who dresses like a vampire in Titans del Ring. Shit, maybe we'll get him on the show. We'll get Rudy Higa on the show. I've had no guests this year. I used to have guests on this show. Steamboat Willie took all the hope out of my heart. I need guests on this show. He wrestles a sexy chino. We're learning. Yes, we'll do a Beat the Geeks. Oh, come on, Jarochita. Area code shot. Beat the Geeks with callers. Oh my God. Beat the Geek. The wrestling geek. We're getting him. I'm getting him. Ooh. Drops Jarochita, center of the ring, right on whatever advertisement that is.
Señoras y señores, Stephanie Vaquer sigue reinando. Y bueno, ya sabemos que está próxima
Big boos.
a la capital de la República
Chile
Mexicana,
has defeated
que tiene ese campeonato en la mira. Así que
Mexico,
la Vaquer
represented by Jarochita. Now, I gotta make sure sometimes these matches are 2 out of 3 falls. I'm ignorant, folks. I think that's it, though. I think, and still. I think I can hit that and still.
Y bueno, ahí está. La Vaquer sigue reinando. Sigue siendo
There you go.
la primera.
That tracksuit looks great. I give this match 4 tracksuits. If you remember last week's show, I talked about how someone thought I reviewed matches on this show. So now I'm going to do it as a bit. I give that 4 tracksuits. All right, we'll be right back. I'm going to get everything together with the Zoom and everything, and so get your ideas straight. We're going to be doing Rad to Sad, Wrestling Kings, and wait till you see this beautiful screen that I have cooked up. Show of respect by the 2 combatants, and let's do it. Let's let me go to my intermission screen that I think I hit accidentally earlier, so I know it's around here somewhere.
Que ha estado voluntarioso en toda la función. Vean este entradón en la México Catedral. Un escenario pletórico.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to put the QR code up. If you want to call, please call. Calls are the way to get your answer on the board. I will defer to the chat on some things, but I want it to come from calls. I want to talk to you. All right, I'll be right back.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need? What does everybody love? What does everybody want? What does everybody need? What does everybody love?
All right, I'm back. I got water. How about this? Shoot water, real water. You know, my generation, we used to drink out of the garden hose, and now we're full of hate. Anyway, don't know where that came from. We're gonna be ranking the kings of wrestling from rad to sad. And I just want to preface this by saying we're not ranking the King of the Ring winners, although some will appear on Rad and Sad. But I am limiting the King of the Ring winners, because any old I love the 80s and 90s WWE account can do that kind of stuff. We go deeper, we get weirder here on Potluck, so we're gonna figure it out. That is the Pepsi talking. All right, and now let's go to the beautiful Rad to Sad control room. Here we are. Have you ever seen something so beautiful as this Rad to Sad room that I have created for this show? Now, you've seen this format before, and Yep. We have 7 rads on top. 2 mids, 1 mid trending towards sad, and another mid trending towards rad. And Princess Peach Pepsi's castle. All right. Let me move this little camera a little bit, if you don't mind. Let me fix this. It's gonna drive me nuts. All right. No more being driven nuts. All right, we're gonna go right to it. And I have 4 people in the waiting room. We're gonna start with John Sartori, Mr. 85, John and Ann's Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and other places, I'm sure. Well, I hear myself. That's a good sign.
Hang on.
That's a good sign.
Hang on, where's my
Let me turn down my classical music, the kingly music.
Hello, how's it going? I'm just trying to. There it is. I just want to mute the TV. All right, there it is. It was on a little delay there. Yeah, thanks. Long time watcher, 5th time caller or something.
Ooh.
I don't remember.
You might have called more than 5 times, but who knows? Who knows? Who remembers?
Yeah. I'm sure it's in the logs. I'm sure the Potluck Geek will know. The Potluck Geek is on
my God. The Potluck Geek would I would love that if someone was a Potluck Geek, so I could say, have we played this match yet? I forgot. That would be good, but then also I would be afraid of the Potluck Geek.
Yeah, it probably would stab you at some point, but
yes,
it would be worth it.
Yes, Potluck Geek would get my P.O. box.
I'm trying to remember some of the kings that I think I pitched you 15 of these already.
Yes, you had some good ones.
I'm trying to remember the ones that feel necessary to say right now. I feel like the first one that keeps coming to my mind for Rad is the Mad King, Eddie Kingston.
Oh,
it's not
the Mad King.
He
I like
himself
this.
as the Mad King. He didn't wear a crown, but it felt like he would call himself the Mad King.
Yes.
And it feels king enough to me.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I unless the chat is going to have a mutiny or put me in the gallows, I think Eddie Kingston as the Mad King. It's a nickname. People call him that. I think that does belong in Rad. But not too far. I might put him at 6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough King.
Yeah.
To go 1. I mean, I think Eddie Kingston is rad enough in most situations to go 1, but not. This is. I feel like we're being pretty generous with having him on the rad side at all.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to. I might put him at 7 for now, but things can move. You never know.
Oh, I'm sure things will move on this list.
Yeah, exactly. We only have 7 spots, and I, just from checking things out before and asking people on Instagram and whatnot, I have seen so many rads that people have a good case for them, and I've seen very few sads.
I can think of a few sads. I feel like the sads, I know you're trying not to have this be King of the Ring winners, but it feels like
there's some sad
the King
ones.
of the Rings could show up in the sads. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. I have one sad for sure, but I have one that's rad that I think is going to make it there. But yeah, most of these King of the Ring winners are mid. So mid they're not even on the list.
I mean, I could pitch one King of the Ring winner that I think was sad, and I think I have a fair case for why it was sad.
Who's that?
And that would, so there's a couple, but one I'm going to say now is King Barrett, because Wade Barrett was trying to figure something out, and then Bad News Barrett happened, and it was legit over, and he was doing really well. And then he won the King of the Ring tournament for no reason, and then they just completely sacrificed his Bad News gimmick, and he became King Barrett, and he was just a comedy jobber, and it literally ended his career. So it was It
I
really
think King
sucked.
Barrett might have sucked so much I forgot about it.
Yeah, it really sucked. And there was just like, it was one of those things where it was like, there's no reason, like, the King of the Ring gimmick eventually just became about you had to be a comedic king gimmick. That was the only reason to do it. It used to be like a way to elevate people, and then it just became like, now you for a year are going to be a comedy king. And not a king of comedy,
no,
but a comedy king.
Yeah, not one of the original kings of comedy.
No.
Which Cedric the Entertainer would be a great gimmick, right?
Yeah.
It would be. I would give that to Dijak. It would be Dijak the Entertainer. Okay. Wade Barrett, King Barrett. I think that is. You have made a good case. I think that is sad and heartbreaking.
I mean, I can see him getting bumped for sure, but I do think.
Yeah.
It deserves to be on there at least for a while.
Yeah, and I hate to put both of yours so low, but I think he will be sad 6 or something like that.
Yeah, Sad 6, my favorite.
Sad 6
group of writers.
I was gonna say it's like Spider-Man's villains, the Sad 6.
It's a bunch of losers.
That's what would happen if I got the pen over there at Amazing Spider-Man. Okay. I think I am gonna put him at sad 6. Yeah. Do you have any other ones?
I mean, I don't want to take up too much time, because I feel like a lot.
That's
of people
true. I do have more people. All right. Well, those are good ones.
I will ask one clarifying question, though.
Yes, please.
Are we counting Rays?
We are.
So Rey Mysterio. I mean,
Rey Mysterio, the King of Mystery, could definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put Barrett at sad 7.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I have somebody that I want to put at sad 6, and I'll talk about that. I'll wait for someone else to possibly bring him up, but yeah. All right. Well. All right. Thank you so much. John and Ann's Wrestling Podcast.
It's on hiatus, but maybe we'll come back at some point. It's okay.
No. What happened?
I still appreciate the plug. If you... Oh.
What happened?
Oh, I don't want... nothing happened. I just am bad at producing it. And Ann was doing most of the work. So we can... Yeah, so we'll come back at some point.
All right.
If you keep willing it into existence.
Yeah, I'll keep talking about it.
Thank you.
I'll keep talking about it and being like, hey, you should have me as a guest again.
Yeah. Don't bring us back. All right.
All right, and I already got those on the board. Thank you, John Sartori. Good night.
All right, good night.
Next up, we have Crimson Mask Replica on Instagram, but we know him as Dr. Liam. He is my physician. How are you? Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are you, Scott?
I am great. I am great. Any better, I couldn't stand it.
As your physician, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, I've been taking my medicine and drinking my peach Pepsi.
Yes. Though I did say that you should mix them, and you didn't listen to me. So I don't
That's
know.
true. I had a second opinion. I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
I got a second opinion from my cat.
Okay. All right. Trusted source.
Yes. So do you have a rad or sad king to pitch?
I'll pitch the obvious. What I think is probably the obvious rad one would be the Macho King.
The Macho King. I'm gonna say, because I put this up on Instagram and I got some answers from people, so I kind of knew what to expect, and I kind of had some thoughts of my own as I'm seeing this, and a lot of people said the Macho King, and yeah, he's the best. He's the best.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say he goes high, perhaps even number 1.
I would say that too. He completely owned that gimmick. Like, it could have killed his career.
Yeah.
It could have. it could have, because he was really hot at that point. He had, like, I think that was after he had turned back to heel, if I remember correctly, and it could have been just a pure comedy thing.
Yeah, it could have been the end.
What I heard about Harley, the whole Harley race getting the King gimmick, was that that was kind of a rib from Vince McMahon. Kind of
really?
A way of, yeah. Some old timer said that they believed it was a rib because he had to carry all that crap around with him. And Harley was like the least genteel type person, you know. This was a rough and tough guy, and he's got to wear a fucking crown and a cape and all that shit.
Yeah, and travel with that stuff, and
yeah, and he shaved his beard for the WWF. You know, it was like, but with Randy went full tilt with the whole King gimmick. He had Queen Sherry. That whole thing was
it worked.
Some of the best stuff of that era in WWF, I think.
All right, I'm putting him. This is bold, and it could change. Card subject to change. Macho King. I'm putting him at number 1.
I also have a sad one.
Please.
I could bury Jerry Lawler, but I'm gonna concede that to somebody else.
Okay, it could be me.
Yeah, I think we spoke about that to break kayfabe a little bit. But
yes,
one thing that I've always disliked is Triple H giving himself nicknames,
which he's done 5 times.
Exactly, and the most egregious is the King of Kings. Like,
yes,
it's so ridiculous. Like I think he got Motorhead to make like another theme song based on it, and it was just bad, and it was of that era where WWE was getting really bad because they had no competition, and it was just like, oh, what is this?
The King of Kings. That is sad. And I got some people on YouTube, or not YouTube, Instagram, saying that one as well. So I'm putting him on there. He got some votes already.
Nice.
So Triple H, the King of Kings. There's 2 King of Kings that you know about. Don't get them mixed up. There's Triple H, the King of Kings, and there's also Jesus Christ. Those are the 2 people that go by that moniker.
He might have them mixed up in his own head. He might think he's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, I'm putting him at 4.
I think 4 is fair.
Yeah.
I'm not even a religious person, and I was I'm just offended by Triple H, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I am not religious at all. I am more offended that he gave himself a nickname. Yet another one.
That's always bad when you give yourself a nickname.
Yes,
you know.
Take it from me, the king of this shit.
Take it from me, a self-proclaimed doctor.
Yes.
Though actually I got that nickname from somebody else, but
okay.
But I've kind of rolled with it. I can't think of anybody else really.
Okay, well those are good ones. I'm gonna move on. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks for having me, Scott.
No sweat. Thank you. I see a good one in the chat. Tugboat Facts getting wild, saying, "Can we nominate that shitty Metallica song King Nothing?" And yes, it's going on the sad list. It's so much. There's a lot of room on the sad list. So
that is one of the worst Metallica songs of all time.
Yeah, it's going up there. It's going late. It's probably going to be 6 next to... Actually, no, it's going to be 5, because I have someone for 6. Wow. That's a good one. Thank you, Tugboat Facts. All right, Dr. Liam, good night. I'm going to bring in Andrew Heelan in the house. Good night, Dr. Liam. Crimson Mask replica.
Hello?
Yes. Andrew Heelan,
right.
New Orleans,
Cool.
Louisiana.
Indeed. It's getting to be summer down here.
Oof.
In all the unpleasant ways.
Yes.
So, I got several.
Okay. Yes.
I will say I'm very happy that a couple that I had on the list have already been done. Great job, Potluckers.
Which
I'm
one? The
gonna be
Metallica?
The Triple H one was like my saddest. So, I'm gonna come out strong first. I even have a mid one, I think. But for Rad, Claudio Castagnoli, Chris
the King
Hero,
of Swing,
the King of Wrestling.
Oh, the Kings
King
of Wrestling.
Swing. That's 2 for Claudio. Rad twice, double Rad.
Ooh, the Kings of Wrestling. I think that might be it. Because I kind of had... Some people said King of Swing, and I was, like, on the fence about it. I was like, basically, let's see if someone who calls said it. But you said the Kings of Wrestling, which I did not think of, which is great. Yeah, I think that belongs on there. But where? Put Metallica on 5 now. All right. Kings of Wrestling, I will say...
Pretty high.
Pretty high. But this is all high. There's only 7 spots. So,
True,
you know.
True. There's a lot of winners here.
Yeah. The Rad is a crowded bunch. So, I'm going to put them at 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. I got a sad. This is one of those that, honestly, I had to Google. I would have never in a million years remembered this. But from WWE, the King of Flight, Kalisto.
The King of Flight?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have no memory of that.
I don't either, but apparently he was called that at some point in time, and I was just looking for a sad one, so... Nothing against Kalisto. I just think it's the fact that none of us remember it makes it sad.
Yeah. Wow. King of Flight, Kalisto. I think I'll put that in for now. It might get bumped.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's not a strong contender. I got better, don't worry.
Yes.
Okay. For Rad. And I'm gonna throw 2 at you. You can pick one, you can go both, but you can't have one without the other. King Kong Bundy and Bruiser, aka King Kong Brody.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I feel like
you could do both, I guess, but
yeah,
I don't know if we necessarily need 2 King Kongs on our list. We only have 7 spots.
Yeah, I think we can only fit 1 King Kong, but which one? King
Probably
Kong Brody?
Bundy, because Brody more often, even though he's more rad than Bundy, he more often went by Bruiser. So I think if we're going to give somebody King Kong, we should give it to Bundy.
Yeah. King Kong Bundy. All right. Where would King Kong Bundy go? I just don't think he's that rad. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Because we really have some rads coming.
Look, I hope somebody has something radder than King Kong Bundy. Trust me. Okay. This one I think qualifies as mid because it could have been rad and was rad, but then of course WWE gets hold of it, makes it sad.
Yes.
The Demon King, Finn Balor.
Demon King. Yes. I might
think
put that.
hits mid because it's both.
Yeah, that might be like a perfect mid.
Yeah.
The Demon King, Finn Balor. Yes, I think so. Demon King, Finn Balor. I think it's gonna be the trending rad mid.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I mean, so much of it was rad.
Yeah.
The music, the makeup, the paint, all of it. Yeah. Okay. This now we're getting way outside the box here. From hit sketch show, I think you should leave King Larry.
Now here's the thing. I haven't seen that show.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Let the chat decide. Is King Larry rad or sad?
Yeah.
I have it in sad, but
King Larry, rad or sad or not on the list? Chat, help me out. Kingston is also the king of the bums. Thank you.
Oh, great
Yeah.
job, Tugboat Fact.
Yeah.
Solid contribution there.
Yes.
Also, what does Chris Jericho call himself king of? I'm sure something.
I think he said king of the world at some point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But we don't remember it. So, okay, a couple more quick ones.
Yes.
So, because I want to hear what everyone else has to say as well. Rad, famed Jim Crockett Promotions jobber Rocky King.
Ooh.
R.I.P. to a great one.
Yes, we've played some Rocky King on this show.
We have.
I don't know though. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Making suggestions. So my last one, also, we're getting a little bit outside and playing a little loosey-goosey, coloring the margins here on what is a king.
Which I like.
Rex. Moondog Rex, because Rex also being king.
Yes. I don't know enough to put him on the list. I do like that it's outside the box.
Yes. Trying to broaden our horizons here, Potluck.
Yes.
No Kings of the Ring for me. Okay, so that's it. That's my list.
Well, those are great, and I think I still need to add Kalisto, the what was he, the king of? King of the air?
King of Flight?
King of Flight. Kalisto. All right, I will add that.
Oh, Dr. Liam just put a great one in the chat.
Oh, what is it?
Silver King.
Silver King.
Yes.
Ooh, that is a good one. That could be a.
He's rad as hell.
Yeah. I like that. I might put Silver King at like 5, or maybe switch him with. I don't know. Silver King is a good one.
Plug him in at 5. You can always rearrange this before you put up the official graphic.
That's true. I will probably. I'll get a look at it when the Pepsi is worn off, and
when you're feeling a little less rad.
Yeah.
And you're a little more mid.
Yeah, maybe even sad. Maybe even straight up sad.
Look, I didn't want to bring it up, but.
All right.
All right. Great time as always, Mr. Green Mist.
Yes, thank you, Andrew Heelan. Good night. And now we got, who is joining now? BPD. Who is this? I'm afraid now. BPD, you are live on the Potluck.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. Who is BPD? What does that stand for?
Oh, this is those are my initials. This is Brian in the 201 on the chat.
Oh, Brian in the 201. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How's everybody doing tonight?
I am doing great. I will speak for everyone, and I will say we're all doing fantastic tonight.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Now, where are you calling from?
I am from the 201 area code. I'm in northern New Jersey.
Oh, nice. How are things out there?
Oh, they're all right. I was walking around earlier, had myself a lovely afternoon.
Oh, that sounds. It was great today. I was off of work today, so I was also enjoying the beautiful weather.
Excellent.
Now, do you have a rad or a sad to give us?
I do. As a matter of fact, I have 2 that I consider rad and 1 that is a judgment call, but I think might be mid-trending sad.
Ooh. Yes, I can't wait to hear it. Let's get a rad out of the way now.
All right. I think unquestionably rad. You and I know him, you love him. The self-proclaimed king of Memphis wrestling, Andy Kaufman.
Ooh, I like this. Yes. I'm gonna put him on there.
Okay.
But where? I might have to switch him with somebody, but he's going up. He is going up. That's a good one.
I trust in your decision.
Thank you. I'm like, if you can't tell, I'm like getting these images as we're talking. So
Right.
So I'm sorry. But that is definitely going to make the rad list. Now, you said you had another rad and a judgment call?
Yes. As I mentioned on Instagram, in the old Instagram DM machine.
Yes.
Another cognate of King. I believe this one is from Latin. Regis Philbin.
Yes, this was one that made me so happy. Regis means king. That blew my mind. I'm about to make everyone mad except for you. Because I think as I put Andy Kaufman up, I'm giving Andy Kaufman the number 4 spot for now.
Okay. All right.
And
I can live
our
with that.
friend at number 7, Eddie Kingston, God bless him, the Mad King, is being bumped.
He's going to be so pissed.
By Regis. He's going to be bumped by Regis. By God. The new number 7 is Regis Philbin. Wow. We did it. Let me put that up. And
That's spectacular.
Yeah, this is a good list. This is what I aim for on this. I aim to please the people that are watching, and then when I post this up on Instagram, the people that have never seen a second of the show, I want them to be mad. That's it. That's my plan.
That's a great way to do it, I think.
Right? All right. I think it's let me see. Do we have the new thing up? No, not yet. I'm putting up these changes right now.
Very good.
Right now. Getting uploaded. I got to find a picture for the Demon King. I was moving too fast. We got Regis at number 7. The red is almost full. Now, do you have another one?
Yes, I have one more, and I'll get out of y'all's hair. I think this is probably mid and maybe trending sad. Despite a name that is a king twice. I refer, of course, to tag team specialist, Southern rocker, and half of Well Done, Rex King.
Rex King. I think Rex King might go in sad. I love him, but we need more sad.
Understood.
Wow. I just found the best picture of him too. I love it. I love it. Rex King.
Awesome.
That's a good one. Thank you, Brian.
Of course.
Now, is that it?
That's all I got. I also had Silver King, but it came up in the chat, so
yes,
fair enough.
Wow, that was good. All right, I'm saving Rex King now, and he will be sad for now. For now.
I think that's about right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brian.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Love the show.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. And now I have a couple to place on here as I put Rex King at 3 for now. I'm gonna fix this up. Because there's some that I wanted to put up here. And one of the ones that people talked about, they said some of these people just thought I was talking about King of the Rings, and they said, "What about Steve Austin? Stone Cold Steve Austin?" And to that I say he's a terrible king. He didn't wear the crown. He didn't wear his robe. Stone Cold was a bad king. And so I am putting Stone Cold Steve Austin at number 6. Sad. Steve Austin is sad on this potluck list. And that's that. And Rex King is also sad. Rex King is actually sadder than Steve Austin, but that shouldn't surprise anyone. And you know what? I have, Rex King. There you go. I'm gonna save this and show everybody what we got. Our updated rankings. We only got a few more. Maybe we'll finish this next week. I want to move on with the show. Yeah, look at this. Demon Finn. Oh, you know what? In the chat, Clint said one that people said, King Mabel. A lot of people say King Mabel is sad. I like King Mabel because I have a story to tell about King Mabel. So I am putting King Mabel at mid, trending on sad, but he is not sad to me. I like King Mabel, but he is going in the mid, and that will be fine, and he'll be fine with it. King Mabel, somewhere in my things. And there's other ones that people said that we didn't put up. I guess we should just do it now. I'll get the chat to help, and we'll just run through some and get it going. King Mabel, mid. And I'll tell my King Mabel story. I have a good King Mabel story. The first wrestler I met. King Mabel. Now let me get this mid. Alright, I'll worry about this later. Folks, chat. Here's the other ones that we need to fit in. Iceman King Parsons is definitely rad. I think I'm putting him at number 3. Where is my notebook? Who stole my notebook? Yeah. He's Iceman King Parsons. I got a lot of people. He might be 2 or 3. Because a lot of people were pushing for him. And, yeah. So, he's going on there. I'm putting these notes because I'm going to fix this later. We got Iceman at 3. And, now, let me just read the ones I got, and I'll see what the chat thinks, and we'll just close this up tonight. We have 2, and then the 2 saddest. 2 rad, and number 1 and number 2 sad. This will be easy. Easy breezy. Yokindo! Jerry Lawlor is number 1 sad. I think. Number 1 sad, we should revisit Moondog Rex. Where would he go, though? This rad list is so hard. King Kong Bundy did not make the cut. Here's the other ones I got through YouTube or text. King from Tekken. What do people think about King from Tekken? Does he fit in our rad list? Would he push anyone else off? King Booker is one that I think belongs on there. I would put King Booker in rad. I think he's one of the only people that, like, did the King thing and made it something else. No Tekken. Okay. King Booker deserves to be there. Alright. A lot of people said King Haku. King Haku, where would he go? William Regal, I think, is sad. I love him, but his run was cut short. Same kind of thing as Barrett. So I think Barrett is taking place on that. Rey Mysterio, he's not rad enough. Haku is rad. Where would he go? Maybe Silver King's spot? Sad ones. I got a sad one. Yeah, Haku is rad as shit. King Corbin is sad. Is King Corbin sadder than any of the ones? I think Haku might replace Silver King, folks. Haku is going to replace Silver King. Rey Mysterio's rad, but he's not kingly enough. Minoru Suzuki, jeez. No one's taking Regis' spot, I'm so sorry to say. And sad, nobody's taking Metallica's spot. Some more sad ones. Billy Gunn. And I have one, King Slender from the NES game Pro Wrestling. I want to keep it, you know, I like variety. It is the spice of life. He's the USA wrestler on the NES game Pro Wrestling. King Slender. Suzuki is the goddamn king. Where would he go? King Slender was rad. See, I think he's sad. But I guess he doesn't make the... He was Ric Flair. Yeah, he was Ric Flair. Alright, I think we have our list. I think I'm flipping a coin of Iceman and Booker T on who gets 2 and 3. Haku is replacing Silver King. Demon King is mid. He's cool, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Wrong time. Wrong time for it. Suzuki is rad, but is he kingly rad enough? I need another sad one, folks. We have Jerry Lawler is the saddest, I believe. We also have Billy Gunn. If someone thinks Billy Gunn belongs on there, one of the worst kings ever. If we want to do the King of the Ring kings. Iceman number 1. Macho King's number 1. King Corbin is sad. Yeah, I'm putting King Corbin at 2. Alright, that's our list, folks. I'm going to read it off. Rad, number 1, the Macho King. The number 2, Iceman King Parsons. Number 3, King Booker. Number 4, Andy Kaufman. Number 5, King Haku. Number 6, the Kings of Wrestling. Number 7, Regis Philbin. And the mid trending towards rad is the Demon King Finn Balor. Wrong place, wrong time. And the mid trending towards sad is one of my favorites, King Mabel. And now our sad list. Our sad list. Number 7, sad, King Barrett. Number 6, Steve Austin, a lousy king. Number 5, Metallica and their song King Nothing from ECW. Number 4, sad, Triple H, who gave himself the nickname the King of Kings. Number 3, from Well Done, Rex King. Number 2, King Corbin. And number 1, saddest king, he takes little girls shopping at the mall. He's a racist creep. It's Jerry Lawler, the saddest king. Thanks, everybody, for playing. We will get back to the action. Thank you so much for calling in and giving so many great answers. I love doing these lists, so I really appreciate it, folks. I will be right back. All right, now this was sent in by YouTube viewer Henrik. This is our friend King Mabel, who I gotta tell this story. When I was hold on, I gotta go to the. I'm so sorry. I gotta go to this other screen to tell this story. My first wrestling show I ever went to, King Mabel was on the card, as was Dancing Stevie Richards, and I went backstage after the show. I think Clint was with me. Went backstage after the show, saw, I don't know why or how I did that. I went backstage, saw King Mabel, And me, growing up, I was a new generation Mark. That's my time. And I said, King Mabel, how are you? Good to meet you, or whatever I said. And he said, and I'll never forget it, he said, kiss my feet, peasant. And I was so mad as a 13-year-old or however old I was so mad. And now I just think that's great. He was a heel to me after the show, a young fan who somehow was in the locker room, which, why? They should have beat me up. But I have a picture from that night. I have a picture of me and Stevie Richards, the first wrestler I took a Mark photo with, Stevie Richards, who at some point, this is something that's stuck in my head. Stevie Richards, in this indie match, my first independent wrestling show, he stripped down to his underwear, and it was very bizarre. It was a family show, and it was like a comedy spot, but it was like very strange. But anyway, I paid to get a picture with Stevie Richards. He's wearing all his clothes in this picture. But here it is, me and Stevie Richards doing the crotch chop together, both of us ripping off DX in our own special ways. So here's Stevie Richards. Let's zoom in. Let's play Fashion Police. Stevie Richards wearing his cutoff shorts and a Poison shirt. Me, I'm wearing a Beastie Boys ringer tee, long shorts, long cargo shorts perhaps, a hemp necklace. That's right, folks. Old Scotty wearing a hemp necklace, and some Nikes, and I have bleached hair, and there you go. That Beastie Boys ringer was the shit, dude. I got it at a Beastie Boys show, so there you go. I had to tell that story. When YouTube viewer Henry, who sends in a lot of great stuff, when he sent in that King Mabel promo, I was like, oh my god, thank you for reminding me to tell my King Mabel story. All right, back to it.
You were a fool, but I never knew you were stupid. You've fallen into my royal plans 3 times, and the last one, you think that was the big one? You haven't seen anything yet. At SummerSlam, you will see the grand finale, and oh yes, it will happen. King Mabel will be the next World Wrestling Federation champion.
The end of the ring here in just a few minutes. I want to say I think most of you understand the differences that Kaufman and Lawlor had. What is more stunning is that I think most of you agree with me. Could not imagine when Jerry Lawlor
Look at this. We talked about him, and here he is, Andy Kaufman.
Right out here, then gets in the ring, and you'll have a chance to see what I love you, the new king of professional wrestling, Andy Kaufman.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
Bubbling over today.
The new king of professional wrestling. King of wrestling. Thank you very much. Jerry Lawlor, you're somewhere in a hospital bed right now, aren't you? You're sitting there and you're suffering. Your neck is in traction. I promised you a year ago that I would get even with you. I promised. It took brains, not brawn. It took brains. The 2 greatest brains in professional wrestling and the 2 greatest brawn in professional wrestling. Jimmy, you told me the Assassins were the greatest tag team. You were right. We did it. We all did it ourselves. I was instrumental in putting you in a pile driver, Jerry Lawlor. And now
every comedian who likes wrestling has based their life on this feud.
Coming to the Assassins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a check for $10,000 going for putting Jerry Lawlor in the hospital. This goes to the Assassins. Thank you, guys.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I cannot imagine how in the world you ever conned him into going as your partner.
Let me tell you something. Jerry Lawlor, you were talking about how stupid I was last week. You fans and Jerry Lawlor, you're a lot stupider than I thought. You believe me when I started talking about, oh, I was just playing like a bad guy. I was trying to be a good guy. And you were stupid enough to believe that. Jerry Lawlor, you're the stupid one, and I got the laugher. And you fans, you bunch of mayhem pieces of shit, You baby idiot! You're so stupid! They are stupid! Hey, Jimmy.
I need to watch that video because I didn't realize how long this feud lasted either.
How can you stand it down here? The mentality is so low. You're right. It is low. It is low, baby.
Another video sent in by Dr. Liam. He really crushed it this week.
Stupid.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It isn't all the way Andy Kaufman and Jimmy Hart said it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We pile drive them. And another thing. I am the new king of wrestling. There's gonna be some changes made around here. You people are the dumbest. Lance, this section of the country is the filthiest. I think these people, they live like pigs. They don't know how to act. I am going to teach them some lessons in manners, etiquette, and hygiene, Lance. And there's going to be some changes made around here.
Look at the tape. We'll show it. All right, let's roll it and take a look exactly.
In the future, everything will be simple. With just a look and a thought, anything can be yours. Looking further, deeper, longer, into the buzz.
All right, it's time for our main event of tonight's potluck. Sent in by ATL Blood Feast, my buzz plug.
Like he's feeling here tonight.
Jerry Reiner, welcome. Good morning. Next week we're watching one of your matches, and you're gonna give us some behind-the-scenes scoops. Next week, I got it downloaded and everything.
Battle situation here, but like you're alluding to, really finding himself against a different kind of opponent.
All right. Sartori says ATL Buzz Feast. You bet. You bet. All right, the first competitor in our main event.
Chuck, let me ask you. In all the Filthy Tongue Roller matches we've called, what song does he usually use as his entrance music?
He usually serenades us with Kiss from a Rose.
By Seal.
By Seal.
Not tonight. And that speaks volumes.
I've been excited about this one since Elliot put this on my radar. Yeah!
For the first time in 7 years, Shelton Benjamin competes in an independent wrestling
Hell
ring.
yeah, bro. I'm hyped about this.
And he does so against Filthy Tom Lawlor for prestige wrestling.
I mean, what is there to say about Shelton Benjamin that we don't already know? He is freakishly athletic, as good as they get. I mean, listen to this crowd.
I've heard good things about this match.
Chad Rico signals for the bell, and we are
Chad Ricos
underway for our main event here at Alive or Just Breathing.
Whoa, Alive or Just Breathing.
For a very long time, Shelton Benjamin went by the moniker of the gold standard. And to me, being the gold standard doesn't mean flashy gear, bleached hair. It doesn't even mean championship titles, of which Shelton Benjamin has numerous. To me, being the gold standard means being the very best, the peak of your profession. And he may have never reached the heights of some of the greats, but I think anyone worth their salt, their salt knows that Shelton Benjamin has earned that distinction. The same, of course, can be said about Filthy Tom Lawlor. And his
Filthy Tom, who I have not seen enough of in my life.
Daisy Dukes. But as I was trying to say
He's
earlier,
got the Daisy Dukes.
You look at what
I know
Shelton
somebody was
Benjamin
asking
brings to
about
the
those
table.
Daisy Dukes.
Freakishly athletic. He can mat wrestle you. He can fly. He literally checks every single box you are looking for, except for one. He's not filthy. Jordan Castle, and that might be the difference maker. Tom Lawlor brings that side of the game to it. Tom Lawlor might bring a little something different than anything Shelton Benjamin's ever seen before.
And again, Filthy Tom Lawlor with a chip on his shoulder, with something to prove, right? It's been the story here tonight. But the last couple times, we've seen Tom Lawlor in a prestige wrestling ring.
There's a lot of
yeah.
There's a lot of kings.
The audience tonight on the commentary team.
I'll do it on the side off.
Oh wow! Supposedly Shelton was a last-minute substitute for Josh Alexander. This is the better one. No offense. Nothing against Josh Alexander, who rules, who I've seen live and is incredible. But Shelton hasn't been booked a lot since leaving WWE.
We've seen Filthy Tom Lawlor in prestige wrestling ring. He lost to now world champion Alan Angels. He lost to Kid Isaac at Pride and Prestige. Take nothing away from Isaac, but we know that was a crushing, embarrassing upset for Filthy Tom Lawlor. I mean, elephant in the room, he wasn't even the scheduled opponent for Shelton Benjamin here tonight.
Oh, there you go.
He needs to earn his way back up in the pecking order in a big way, and a win against Shelton.
Oh, so Shelton or Filthy Tom is the replacement.
And egos tonight. And
I
think
am
that this is
mistaken.
one of those situations where, because both these guys have such a strong background in the amateur wrestling, in the ground-based game, I think that this means a lot to these guys. And I think that Tom Lawlor, specifically to your point, because of what he's been through, wants to show that not only can he get back in the winning column.
Hold on, rear naked choke. He may get back in the winning column right now. But Shelton Benjamin had it scouted.
Shelton rules, man.
Chad Farmer, this one almost ended as quick as it began.
Well, that's what you get with these two guys. Guys that can get a win at any moment.
So this is our main event tonight. This show went by fast, brother. Next week, Jerry Reiner. We're watching a Jerry Reiner match, and he's gonna give us some behind the scenes stuff in the chat, or maybe if he's got a story to tell, maybe we'll zoom him in. But next week.
Like fish to water.
Well, it's combat, and that's what they're trained at. These guys are born for combat. That's what they're made for. You just look at the kind of lives
Born for combat.
This is what they're made for. And Shelton Benjamin, again, going back to the mat, I think he wants to keep this thing grounded.
It's very smart. Again, a thoroughbred, a collegiate thoroughbred, a two-time All-American with a little bit of spanking.
A spanking?
I mean, how often do you see someone out-wrestle and embarrass Tom Lawlor on the mat?
Do you think you learned that from Mama Benjamin, the spanking?
I mean,
oh my God, I have a Mama Benjamin story. One of the worst people I've ever met in my stand-up days. I'll have to tell that one another day. Remind me some week to tell my Shelton's Mama story, please.
Shelton Benjamin really having his way with Tom so far.
Again, staying on top of Filthy Tom Lawlor, it has to be attributed to the Prestige faithful. Filthy Tom Lawlor, a fan favorite, but I mean, maybe put himself at a disadvantage by removing Kiss from a Rose as his entrance music. It sounds silly, but that is such a part of the connection between Tom Lawlor and the Prestige faithful. A connection that solely, seemingly, stands in the corner of Shelton Benjamin.
I think it shows just how seriously he takes Shelton Benjamin. I think that he knew if he was getting in the ring with someone like Shelton Benjamin, he needed to get rid of
You know,
all
if
the
it comes
games,
down
get
to
rid
it, we
of
can
all the
always
fun.
do the chat.
He
That's
needed to
probably
tap back
easier,
into
but
that
we'll
killer
figure it out.
group that he has.
Yeah, Filthy Tom Lawlor not having any
We're
fun
Facebook
right about
friends now,
Very,
Jerry,
very
so send me a
frustrated. As
message
we
or I'll
said,
send you a message
Benjamin
later in the
full
week.
control
We'll
during this
figure it
filling
out.
Process.
Trying to figure out what his next move is. Tom Lawlor, one of the more unshakable wrestlers you'll ever come across. One of the guys who usually he's the one getting under the skin of his opponent, but now he seems to be flummoxed.
Shelton Benjamin flummoxed after that chop to the chest.
Flummoxed.
I guarantee those fight gloves from Filthy Tom Lawlor not helping the impact at all for Benjamin.
I have an update. I have finished the Rad to Sad Kings list. All the photos are there, and I've changed some orders. I will show it off when I say goodnight.
Rings over the years.
Nasty.
You are telling me, Jerry, Shelton was too good to have a manager that was a non-wrestler who stunk.
Deceptively powerful.
Ooh, big chop from Shelton on the chest of Filthy Tom.
Learning that the hard way, but doing anything he can to evade. But Shelton Benjamin has had an answer for everything here, Farmer.
Shelton Benjamin came ready. Tom Lawlor, nothing he's brought has worked. He needs to figure out something else. He needs to go back into that toolkit and figure out what else he's got, because what he came with is not working.
Oh, man! Referee Chadwick didn't see it. But Filthy Tom Lawlor with a cheap shot, a low blow. Shelton Benjamin was trying to scale the ropes and instead got caught in the nether regions.
Well, there's that
caught in the nether regions. Ooh, caught in the nether regions. I'm putting it on the list.
It's not going to win him any sportsmanship awards, but it's changed the complexion of the match.
Well, and again, Jack, Filthy Tom Lawlor certainly has the advantage as the striker, as the offensive. I go back to the word killer.
Shelton X Benjamin is a great name. I want to watch some Shelton in Japan.
Is the superior athlete. Filthy Tom Lawlor doing everything he can. It's the main event here at Prestige Wrestling. A roost he once ruled.
Look, and saying that Shelton Benjamin's the superior athlete isn't throwing any shade at Tom Lawlor. Shelton Benjamin is one of the greatest of professional wrestling athletes. The things he's done are second to none.
Yeah, this is a man in Shelton Benjamin.
Got control of the arm.
And Shawn Michaels have christened the greatest athlete they've ever stepped in the ring with.
Yes.
Doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely. There's no better endorsement.
But Filthy Tom Lawlor right now with control of the arm, cinching an armbar, center of the ring with nowhere for Shelton to go.
Again, it was that very underhanded yet clever maneuver that Tom Lawlor used to change the complexion of this match. We talk about the killer that Tom Lawlor is. He's a shark, and there is blood in the water. He smells it, and he's feasting.
Yeah, as we said, keeping it filthy, stomping at the digits of Benjamin here.
Dr. Lee, I'm putting a little poetry in there. Some are flummoxed by the nether regions, since to them it's parts unknown. That's like something you would see crocheted on a wall.
I mean, when you're against Tom Lawlor, it may not be enough.
I think after the show, I'll do a little small joint manipulation.
Especially when Tom Lawlor's got
Tom Lawlor with the short shorts, respect.
On the offense, and when you're stuck in a corner.
An elbow to the head of Benjamin.
If I had big old thighs, I'd be wearing short shorts all day long.
Just grinding it down to a methodical pace. Cover here.
Two. Dos.
Shelton Benjamin. Again, cover.
Two.
Amazing.
You're watching the main event of Prestige Wrestling's recent show and our main event.
Tom Lawlor to stop that pace, to slow that pace
The
down.
main event of tonight's Pro Wrestling Potluck. What a show it's been.
But it's what Filthy Tom Lawlor needs to do if he has any hope of victory here tonight in our main event.
Well, Shelton Benjamin, he's a massive star, but one person who will not be intimidated by star power is Tom Lawlor.
He's got it himself in spades.
Absolutely. And so I don't think he has any problem slowing things down and doing things his way in a match like this. I don't think he has any problem being a little disrespectful to someone like Shelton Benjamin. And in fact, you look at it now, I think that is what's going to drive Tom Lawlor.
Now I want to see Shelton and Josh Alexander. Who's going to book that?
In which Tom Lawlor thought he would put away Shelton Benjamin with that. I think he is trying to send a message to Shelton Benjamin saying, this is how little I think of you. This is how easy I think that's going to be. It's all psychological
Shelton
warfare
out in the crowd now. Filthy Tom.
For Tom Lawlor, too, it's his way of saying, look,
following him.
You're in my house now. You're not. This isn't where you used to be. You're in prestige. This is where I rule the roost.
Again, Shelton
big
Benjamin,
chop sends Shelton stumbling back.
New Japan Pro Wrestling, but this is his prestige debut. And what a welcoming committee Filthy Tom Lawlor has been.
Whoa! You saw the sweat come off that chop. I think Shelton would have been a nice person to come out in the that Casino Gauntlet match that was AEW's main event last night. Boy, oh boy, that was fun. I like that.
And look at
that was a really fun match from AEW's main event last night. The crowd was hot for it. Filthy Tom, feet on the ropes. Referee caught him.
Caught by referee Chad Rico, but I think there's a confidence issue. Again, last time we saw him, lost to Kid Isaac at Pride and Prestige. An embarrassing upset for Filthy Tom Lawlor. It's not that he doesn't want to lose this matchup. He can't afford to lose this matchup.
Well, you look at some of the tactics he's used, the feet on the ropes, the low blow earlier, and I think that Tom Lawlor has all the talent in the world to get the win. But to your point about needing the win, I wonder if he is doubting himself and needs to go to this place to get the win.
Rolling through into the ankle lock here, center of the ring. Expert ring positioning for Filthy Tom Lawlor, and Shelton Benjamin writhing in agony.
Pulling back. Look, I don't care how many places you've been. I don't care how talented you are. When you get your leg pulled back behind your head, it hurts.
Shelton Benjamin crawling towards the ropes, his fingertips away. Can he make it here, Farmer? Yes, he can.
And we keep talking about what's on the mind of Tom Lawlor. What's on the mind of Shelton Benjamin now as he's face down, reaching for the ropes, trying to get a rope break here? Is he maybe second-guessing his decision? Is he maybe second-guessing where he is in his career right now? Those things have got to be going through his mind as he finds himself in agony on the mat.
I talked to Shelton earlier on tonight in the backstage area. I said, what are you looking for after over 2 decades in the game? And he said he wants to enjoy his time. He wants to chase
Oh, God, I miss Bandito.
So great talent. He wants to go all over. But if Filthy Tom Lawlor has his way, Shelton Benjamin's time on the independent scene here on the
I really haven't seen a lot of Filthy Tom.
Here tonight.
And it might happen, right?
Misses. Whoa, what an ugly, ugly splash.
Took a moment too long, Farmer.
Took
Benjamin
2 moments too long.
In the last second, able to get out of the way. And you look at the sweat dripping off of these men, just the work that they're putting in here.
2 moments too long.
Exhausted, but that's what the main event of Prestige Wrestling's Alive or Just Breathing is all about. It is always special here in Los Angeles when Prestige Wrestling comes to town. Case in point.
And Shelton Benjamin's back in this thing, and
I think Hired Goon Ref is going to be the title of this episode. A lot of the other ones are too long. Mug Brothers is pretty good too. Now Shelton misses with the splash on the shoulders of Filthy Tom.
And the airplane spin.
So disorienting for a wrestler. And
Death Valley driver. You're right, Farmer. The equilibrium thrown all the way off. Drapes the arm. Cover.
2.
Kick out from Benjamin.
You know, one of the things that's so important in pro wrestling is knowing where you are in the ring at all times, so you know where
all the other
ropes
possible
are, you know
titles are so long.
When you get spun around like that, throw that out the window.
Poor Bandito had to get wrist surgery twice, I think. I think the first time they did it wrong or some shit.
Benjamin finds himself right now.
And it's very smart for Filthy Tom Lawlor, especially against a ring general, a veteran of over 2 decades like Shelton Benjamin.
Whoa,
knee to the
knee
face.
right in the face.
No pad, just bone on mush. Cover.
Bone on mush.
And still, Benjamin gets that shoulder up.
We have a last minute possibility for title. Bone on mush.
Shakes his head.
Bone on mush.
He got thinking.
This clearly means a lot to Benjamin. You know, we're talking about Tom Lawlor. He's the longest reigning prestige wrestler.
Bone on mush. It's up there with Mug Brothers and Hired Goon Ref.
Charlie Haas has previously challenged for that very same championship. Benjamin, a former United States Intercontinental 24/7 Tag Team Champion.
Ankle lock. Ankle lock on the former Team Angle member.
And you look at that ankle lock
King
in,
of the Mush.
Kurt Angle move. History there.
I said it. Oh, he knows. He learned it from Kurt Angle.
A founding member showing Filthy Tom how it's done. But Lawlor evades. Lawlor catches the boot, spins it.
Ooh.
House kick levels Lawlor.
And that is one of the moves that made Shelton Benjamin so special. The Shelton Benjamin that has grown through being the world's
Now I want to
greatest
watch.
tag team,
I already
up
said
through
this,
the
but
Hurt
now I
Business,
want to
and
look
now
at some
here at
Shelton
Prestige,
from
evolved through
Japan
the years,
to watch
finds
next
himself
week,
in
perhaps.
uncharted territory.
He's 48.
In the words of another great wrestling
Looks great.
commentator, business is picking up, and both of these men are certainly hurting.
Yeah.
Lawlor asking
Ken
for
Shamrock. Everybody remembers him,
Asking,
and
you shall receive,
he's
Jordan.
never talked about. Isn't that weird? Kurt Angle was so. Ken Shamrock was so nuts in WWF, and he could be in their Hall of Fame. He was like too crazy.
Benjamin will not go quietly into the night.
And it looks like the combo
Forearms.
may be too much for Benjamin.
Everybody knows Ken Shamrock. He was a combustible element and a half. German holds on.
I think we're looking to go 3 for 3. No, Benjamin releases Lawlor. Again, speaks to how exhausted he is. Could not.
Yeah,
hold on.
Ken was considered too stiff for WWF. Yeah, I believe that.
Just too tuckered out tonight.
You think about everything we've seen so far.
A lot of people don't know before he even did mixed martial arts, or UFC at least, Ken Shamrock was trained a pro wrestler. He was a pro wrestler before he was a fighter.
Such a big gas tank.
Yeah, but the
Take that out.
Gas might be draining right now as the Enziguri kick lands the mark. Filthy Tom Lawlor again calling for the end. He knows the longer this match goes, the more it favors Benjamin.
Ooh, another German doesn't hold on that time. All Impact.
Cover.
Two.
Kick out. Benjamin didn't hook the leg, and it cost him.
Exhaustion starting to
Yeah,
set in.
Yokindo, I think you nailed it. He probably roid raged a little too much for WWF.
Shelton Benjamin looking like he's
Which you really got to be a roid rageaholic if you're too much for WWF in the 90s.
But gets caught by Lawlor in the rear naked choke. Things coming full circle. Benjamin was able to escape
Dr.
quickly,
Liam
but not so here tonight.
dropping
Trying to
science.
follow
Ooh.
her up, but the big knee staggers him once again.
Oh, that knee!
Look at that first part
What
of
a
this
knee!
match. It felt
Shelton
like
is
Shelton
down.
Benjamin
Referees
had
trying
answered
to
everything Tom
see if
Lawlor
Shelton is
had.
still with
Tom
us.
Lawlor went to the outside, changed gears, and ever since then it's been a completely different story.
Remember when
Things have
Ken
been flipped
Shamrock
around.
showed up in
Shelton Benjamin
Impact?
has not had an answer for anything
Filthy knee.
Tom Lawlor's bringing.
Oh, stepped right into it. Little power bomb from Shelton,
I
which
guess I should never count Shelton Benjamin out.
Filthy Tom just delivered himself.
Oh,
wow!
And
Pay dirt! Wow! I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Jordan Castle, what an incredible return to the Indies and the Continental US of A for Shelton Benjamin.
Clean finish.
Nothing stopping him now. This was an incredible fight. I can't wait to see him come back. Tom Lawlor, great effort, but Shelton Benjamin, the night is yours.
Shelton Benjamin did not just find the fountain of youth. He is the fountain of youth. And just like a fine wine,
There you go. That's your winner.
you say you can't wait to see him.
Now I have to see Josh Alexander versus Shelton. Thank you, ATL Blood Feast, for sending this one in and hooking me up. Always taking submissions. All right. Wow. What a potluck. This was a good one. Went by quick. Fun one. I think Bone on Mush, I think, is going to be a late entry. Blowing past Mug Brothers, which was the favorite before. Bone on Mush, I think, is going to be great on YouTube. And one last time, let's go through these kings. I set it up. I changed some. Here we go. Number 1, Rad, the Macho King. Number 2, Iceman, King Parsons. Number 3, King Booker. Number 4, Andy Kaufman. Number 5, Haku. Number 6, the Kings of Wrestling. Number 7, did you know Regis means king? Well, Regis Philbin is number 7. Mid, trending towards Rad, is King Slender, knocking out Finn Balor, which was controversial. Mid, trending towards Sad, the first wrestler I ever met. King Mabel, who told me, "Kiss my feet, peasant!" Number 7, Sad, King Barrett, what a waste. Number 6, King Corbin. Number 5, Metallica with their song King Nothing. Number 4, Triple H, the King of Kings. You can't give yourself a nickname, especially the King of Kings. Number 3, Rex King. Number 2, Saddest King. Steve Austin, you're not a king. Where's your crowd? And you're not making fun with it. And number 1, Jerry Lawler for his extracurricular activities. Creepy Uncle Jerry is the saddest king. And folks, whew, a night of 1,000 Pepsis. This was a great one. Thank you so much, everybody, for checking this show out live or on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. I'm putting up some old clips and shows and matches. I put up the full episode of the Urban Wrestling Alliance in perfect quality that we watched a year ago. And Monday, I'm putting up the Bread Death Match, one of my favorite things we've ever watched on this show. So thanks, everybody. Good night. Good night, and I was about to say good night and good luck. Bang! Why was I was really about to say that. Good night, and you know, Friday tomorrow. Let's start the weekend early. Let's really half-ass it tomorrow and have a good weekend. Everybody, good night, and one more time for the people in the back. I am the king of this shit. Good night.